Reporting from Israel, I've got good news for all of you because Saudi Arabia is going to let Israel fly over the Arabian Peninsula, not only to the United Arab Emirates, but also out to Australia. And I want to go back to Australia on the VFI News. Well, getting back to my normal seat at the news desk here in Israel, I've got a lot of news to tell you. But anyhow, let's get down to it quickly. Saudi Arabia has agreed to allow Israel to fly over its airspace. Now, hoping for a complete breakthrough in relations, it's going to take a little bit more time, I think. And that also presents us with another worry. What will President Biden's trip to the Middle East be like in the middle of July? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe it'll be much better than I'm thinking it will be. So the hope for total relationship with Saudi Arabia is 50-50. But what is the good thing is that these increasing relationships and breakthroughs are going to open up the airwaves. I mean, the airspace for Israel. So not only has Saudi Arabia until now permitted Israeli flights to the United Arab Emirates or to Bahrain, according to the Abrahamic Accords, but they're talking about Israel being allowed to fly, and I'm sure this is mutual, to and from places such as Thailand, Hong Kong, directly to Japan and Australia. Wow, I can fly, I am free again. Oh, yes, I hope so. Anyways, it'll make our flights a lot shorter than going all the way south and then wherever else that goes to. The Antarctic Circle? I don't know if that's necessary at this time. Now, on another side of things, you know that there's a defund police movement going on in places like the United Kingdom and in the United States especially, where crime is rising and murder rates are soaring in cities like New York, Chicago, Baltimore, Detroit, Portland, Oregon, Los Angeles. What other Democrat-led cities are suffering? Oh, Washington, D.C., we forgot. The nation's capital in the United States. But here we have our own problems with the police. And having a mother who's a former police officer, nearly 95 years old in a Brooklyn nursing home, thank you, God, for wonderful mothers out there. Well, mine was wonderful, too. She used to be a police officer in Broward County. That's down in Florida, for those of you who don't know. But here in Israel, we have a problem because the police commissioner in Israel warns that the police here in Israel are forced to the limit. Quote, "We're nearing the day when there will be an emergency and we won't be able to come at all," according to the Israeli police commissioner, Kobi Shabtai warns. He has warned that the police are stretched to the limit. Speaking at a meeting of Knesset's Public Security Committee, Shabtai said, quote, "There is an accumulation of events which have not ended this entire year. We have stretched Israeli police to the limit of its ability, and the cost is burnout. We are nearing a situation in which there will be an emergency event of murder or rape, but not only will we not be able to come within minutes, we won't be able to come at all." That's not good to hear. Last month, Yediot Achronot, which is a major Israeli Hebrew newspaper, said that the number of police officers resigning is on the rise due to low wages and difficult work. The site quoted data which showed that since the finance ministry signed an agreement on police officers' wages, 101 officers offered to resign, all of them during May 2022. That number represents a record high, and the situation is only expected to worsen. 71% of those who resigned did so due to low wages. And I will admit, from friends of mine who are serving in the police here in Israel, the wages are low. One officer told Yediot Achronot, quote, "I enlisted out of a feeling of great mission." I'm sure that's true of most people who join the police. "But with a salary like this, I won't be able to last for too long. I am married with children who I need to support, and it's very hard to fulfill our financial obligations, not to mention the exhausting work of being a police officer." So my answer to defund the police is no, refund the police. Both in Israel and America and the United Kingdom, refund the police, refund. And I don't mean at a retail store getting a refund. I'm talking about supporting law enforcement so that the strain is less and the service is much better. Now, finally, I also want to talk to you about Russia. Russia. That's right. Russia has ordered the Jewish Agency to stop all its operations in the country. And of course, you know, the Jewish Agency is in charge of Aliyah to Israel, immigrating to Israel. They also take care of the Jewish communities in other countries, and they're extremely well funded, by the way. But as part of the work of the Jewish Agency's delegation in Russia, we are occasionally required to make certain adjustments as required by the local authorities. The contacts with the authorities take place in Russia continuously with the aim of continuing our activities in accordance with the rules set by the competent bodies, if they're competent. Even nowadays, such a dialogue is taking place. From senior sources in the Jewish Agency, I quote, "People from the Jewish community have been feeling the Iron Curtain setting on them, and they fear they won't be able to escape the country." That's not good news. It's also hostile from Russia lately because they're demanding Israel unconditionally cease its unacceptable Syrian airstrikes. But guys, why are the airstrikes that Israel doesn't claim that are going on, that nobody's claiming are taking place? Because there are weapons going from Iran to Hezbollah in Lebanon. That's right, because of these foreign planted bases under the umbrella of Russia's protection. Iran is supplying weapons and arms to Hezbollah to be used against Israel. Yes, our population, made up of Jews and Arabs alike, will be targeted by Hezbollah. Well, Moscow is slamming Israel for it. So this is creating a much more hostile environment these days. Russia condemned alleged Israeli airstrike in Tartus, which is a coastal city. And that's where the Russian Navy is hanging out. Hey, why else hang there? Hang in the Ukraine? Yeah, that's it. But nobody's complaining about Russia these days, of course. So there is a ramped up war going on of words and of hostilities, and Israel or whoever will continue its airstrikes as long as it's needed. And finally, we see that the IRGC, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps official behind the Iranian air defense deployment in Syria, has been revealed. So that might also unveil to the rest of you to understand what the heck is going on Syrian soil by all these foreign powers. Iran, Hezbollah, Russia. That's right. My word to all of you is get the hell out of there. And get the hell out quickly, and we won't have airstrikes in Syria anymore. It's as simple as that. Because finally, Lebanese leaders are slamming Hezbollah for flying drones at an Israeli gas rig. That's right. By the time you get this, the drones will be gone. And with that, I say, sign up, subscribe, give a thumbs like up, because I happen to personally like the Lebanese people, and I love Lebanese food. Oh man, I wish Israelis could become tourists to Lebanon. I was there a long time ago. In the midst of conflict, I was still treated very nicely, and the food was great. And with that, God bless you all from the Middle East and VFI News. So long.